Well, the Super Trump meme coin is pumping. The question is this just a fluke or is this the start of something big? So let's talk about it.
Because you asked for it.
This is the Hey Ed YouTube channel. I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy, Edward Anderson. I'm not a financial advisor, so do not construe anything that I mention in any of my videos as financial advice. Always do your own research before doing anything with your money. Today, we're going to be talking about the Super Trump meme coins. So as I'm recording this, it is October 8th, 2024. And the Super Trump meme coin, along with many of the other Trump meme coins, is beginning to pump. So in this video, I want to talk to you about what I think about this coin going forward, the prospects of it. Okay, so it was only 5 days ago when I mentioned the Super Trump meme coin inside of one of my videos. Okay, so if you want to watch that video in its entirety, just go to my channel, click on the videos button, and it's this one right here, the one that's titled I'm Out. And let me go ahead and remind you what I said 5 days ago, because it is relevant. And another coin that I've done videos on before, and I made good money on this, but I'm not in it at the moment, is Super Trump. Now, this is a very specific story situation, right? Let's take a look at the daily chart. All right, so Super Trump has this, descending triangle going there and has a very well-defined their support level at decimal 2045. If that gets taken out, then this thing is over. This is a story situation, okay? Right now, as I'm recording this, it is October 3rd. We have the election coming up in a little over a month. And so my guess is that if this coin is going to have a big push, it's going to be right around Election Day and maybe a few days after Election Day if Trump wins. But even there, okay, so just a little, opinion here, on Super Trump. For me, I think this is a trade. Now, it could be a ridiculously profitable trade, but this is not a coin that I'm looking to buy and sit on for years. Okay, this is a good trading candidate, but I'm not in it right now. And for this trade to be, we'll call it activated, I need it to take out this level right here. If it can take out 2068, we'll call it 70. If it can take out 70, then I think it could be really good for a trade. Until that happens, it might not happen. This thing could absolutely wither on the vine. I mean, look at the volume on it. The volume today is only 38,000 so a very low volume. Okay, so adding to the mix, we have to look at I did put my position of Super Trump back on, and I did it pretty aggressively, actually. So I got in at 0.0057. So I did not wait for the 70 or even the 60, because the way it was moving, I was comfortable that it was breaking out because I saw volume coming into it. I just happened to have checked it out. And so I got in. And I alerted my WhatsApp group about it. By the way, if you'd like to join the Hey Ed WhatsApp group, shoot me an email and I'll send you a link to join the Hey Ed WhatsApp group. Now, my channel is not a trading channel, okay? Now, I do have a trading background. I spent over 30 years on Wall Street as a stockbroker, a trader, and as a trading instructor. So I do know about this stuff, but I don't want this channel to be about giving you specific trades, buy here, sell there, because it's very time consuming. And I'm always worried that someone's going to, hear what they want to hear when I'm talking about a trade. And then if something goes wrong, they're going to blame me. So I don't want to enter that tall grass too much. But once in a while, for the fun of it, I do like to share ideas, things that I'm seeing, and maybe share with you things that I'm doing. And then you can do whatever you want. So this is what I shared with my group just yesterday. And I told everyone what I was looking at. So I identified the channel there on the daily chart of Super Trump. And I alerted everyone, okay, it's popping. Now, I didn't draw a line here in this little picture, but the next overhead resistance on this coin is at 0.015. So as I'm recording this, it is mid-morning on October 8th, 2024. Okay, now this is the blown up chart. Okay, so at the moment, as I'm recording this, it is at 0.0088. Now, earlier today, it got to 0.0099. Actually, it did burn a zero for a little bit. It got a little bit over that 10 level. And I'll talk about that in a second. But let's check out the daily chart. And look, it should be pretty easy to spot, the current channel it's in here. Let me draw some lines. Okay, it's pretty easy to see the channel put in on this coin, right? And this channel started back in on August 7th. Now, anybody who knows me knows how much I love channels. I love channels. Channels are very powerful. And learning how to identify channels is very profitable. Everybody should develop, this skill. And the rule of thumb is the longer the channel and the narrower the channel, the bigger the move will be when the stock or crypto or meme coin finally breaks the channel. Now, I actually wish that this coin had stayed in the channel longer, but there's a reason why I think it's starting to break out at the moment. All right, let's blow this up a little bit more. Okay, so another very important thing to consider is not just the breakout, but the increase in volume. Remember in that video clip I showed you, the volume was only, 34,000 shares for the 24 hours? Well, look where the volume is today for the past 24 hours. 890,000, almost a million. I keep calling it shares. Really, these aren't shares; these are tokens. But the force of habit, right? You know what I mean. So we have the breakout of a channel accompanied with a huge spike in volume. Now that leads me to believe that this move is for real. So how far could this guy go? Well, let's take a look at the potential on this coin. For that, we need to go back a little bit here and identify the next resistance level. The next overhead resistance is right up here at the 0.015 level. And let's draw a line there. The next overhead resistance after that is this guy right up here. I'm actually going to call it this guy here. That's close enough for government work. And that level is 0.0022. Once it takes out this overhead resistance, then the coin is at a new high. And actually, if we extend this line back, you can see it matches up with the previous high. So, these levels work. Okay, it's not, I don't just pull these things out of the air. Okay, these resistance levels are resistance levels for a reason. Okay, so now how far can this coin go? Well, in context, let me show you something. Even though this coin has had a huge percentage move since I got in it, 2 days ago, the market cap in this coin is still only $20 million. Now let's compare that to the Mega coin. Now this is the original Trump meme coin. Okay, this is the blue chip version of the Trump meme, if you want to say the meme. By the way, you can see how it's pretty much doing what the Super Trump is doing. All right, it's a very similar pattern. But you can see that the market cap on the original coin, the main coin, is over 200 million. So the market cap on the main Trump coin is 10 times more than the Super Trump coin. So just for Super Trump to catch up in market cap with the original Mega coin, that's a 10x move from here. Now, of course, I'm just painting the picture for you. Okay, I'm not telling you it's going to move 10x. It might, or it might move 100x as far as I know. I'm just giving you food for thought. Okay. Now, this is a catalyst situation, right? This is a story situation. Now, I'm speculating that there was some kind of piece of news that acted as a fuse for this coin the other day. But in general, Trump is polling very strong right now in the presidential election, and we are less than a month away from the presidential election. So if you speculate, you would assume that as long as Trump's poll numbers stay strong or get stronger, this coin is going to have a run on that going up to the election. And the stronger his poll numbers become, the better news events favoring Trump that come along happen, the more this coin is going to pump right up to and probably through the election and probably right up to the first quarter of his presidency. Now, listen, I'm not telling you to buy this coin. I'm just sharing an idea with you. I'm telling you what I did. And look, everyone has a different strategy, right? Some people will, look, if I sold this coin right now, I can't argue with that big of a percentage profit, in a few days. If I did that with every coin, man, it wouldn't be very long before, so everyone has to decide what their own risk tolerance is. I can't promise that this coin is going to continue to pump right up to the election. I'm just showing you what the chart is looking at, and I'm telling you the story behind the coin itself. Now, you might look at today's action and say, well, Ed, is pulling back. Well, let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so that's the daily chart. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. But look where it stalled out. It stalled out at the zero level, at the zero burning level. So it got to that 0.001 level, and now it's selling, profit taking. But look, in the past 12 hours, this coin has had a couple of nice dumps. Had a really big dump over here, but then it recovered really dramatically very soon afterward. Tried to push up, and then a big sell off there. So they sold, I think, like $20,000 worth of this coin in one pop, and now it's selling off again. Okay, so hey, welcome to the world of trading. Okay, the degree to which you want to be active, whether you want to be involved, try to capture every little wiggle and jiggle, or you want to take a position and go for longer moves and be patient. That's a strategy choice, and there's no wrong answer. Everyone has to decide what makes sense for them. But let me throw in the mix here about the logic of this coin selling off when it hit that zero burning level, that 1-0 level. Okay, so in addition to the textbook traditional support levels and resistance levels, another source of resistance and support are round numbers. Okay, so it's just a psychological thing. So when this coin got up to that round number of 1, it got there exactly, okay, twice, and then it sold off. That's natural. Matter of fact, I would have been surprised if it kept going after getting that level. I anticipated that, so I am not getting really worked up over this coin having a pullback here. That's what I would expect it to do. So again, is there any promise that this coin is going to keep on running? No, of course not. I mean, you can't say that about any trade, much less a meme coin. But what you're trying to do as a trader is put as many odds in your favor as possible, right? So we got the technicals going for us, and we have the story going on this coin. Now, personally, I do have a stop on this coin, like I do with every trade. That's how I've survived as a trader. I've always limited my downside. Now, what I'm using as my stop is the bottom part of this channel. If this coin rolls over and takes out the bottom of that channel, I'm out. That means the story is done. So I could still lose money on this trade, but I've identified my risk, and that's how I limit my downside on trades. I keep my losses small, and I let my winners run. There's a saying among traders: your first loss on a trade is your best loss. Take it early, because look, if you're going to be an active trader, and I don't care what product you're trading, if you're going to be an active trader, of all the things I cannot promise you, I can promise you that you're going to have losses. I guarantee it. But the trick is keep your losses small and let your winners run. Now, in my last video, I've had some people make comments like, okay, so your plan is to buy at the high, huh? So that sounds like a real smart. Listen, whatever your strategy is, God bless you. I do not criticize anybody's, particular, strategy, their way of trading. But what I do is I pre-plan my trades. I identify the level at which I am going to buy and point at which I'm going to sell. And because I don't like to sit around for too long in positions. I mean, God knows I have a history. I did that with Jesus coin, and I made a lot of money on it. My patience, paid off for me. So every situation is kind of different. What I tend to do is pre-plan my trade. Okay, so if X, then Y, that kind of thing. I pre-plan my trades. And with the trading software now, I mean, let me give you an example here. Okay, give me an idea that you might want to implement, in your trading. Okay, so modern technology is pretty damn cool. You guys are spoiled with what you have available to these days. Now, I am on the Desk Screener website to say, all right, when it gets to 0.013, at that level, I'm going to have a double on my trade. Let me know, and then I'll probably take some of my position off. Okay, so I want you to alert me. Okay, so you come down here to the right on alerts, and then you type in, okay, 0.014, call it 14. So if and when this coin gets above 0.014, I'll get a little ping. So I click create alert, and it's active. And you'll see here on the left here, I see an alert. So if I click on alerts, it'll show me, the alert. Okay, then you get a little bell. So how cool is that? Whether you want to set a buy trigger, on something you're looking at, or whether you're in a trade and you want to manage, how you're getting out of it, use that alert feature where you'll get a bell saying, hey, time for you to look at me, time for you to, you take a look at it, and then implement whatever plan you come up with. Try not to be reactive. I mean, that's one piece of advice I'm very comfortable sharing with people. Try not to be reactive. Try to pre-plan your trades. think it out. You decide, well, what do I want to get out of this trade? Will I be happy with a quick 10%, or do I think this thing is going to move 100x? Whatever it is, in every situation you're in, don't just wing it, because that makes you vulnerable to making emotional decisions. Once you're in a trade, getting into a trade is the easy part. Any idiot can buy a stock. Any idiot can buy a meme coin. The real question is, what do you do after that? That's the real question. And you should, think it through. What exactly do you want out of that trade? Do a little planning. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and comment. Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, signing out.
Copy that.